Okay, here we go with the next part of our video. Excuse me. We baked our octopus and he is still cooling, so we'll just put him to the side somewhere. Our stone is pretty close to dry. There's still some wet spots deep in the crevices, but for me that just helps identify where I need to work. So I guess it's time, let's get to work. So I'm thinking, instead of regular blacks and grays, we're going to add some color to this because it's underwater. We're going to go with some blues. So I picked out, this is my base color, this is my highlight, and then we'll shade with gray and finish with some titanium white. So let's get started with this one. First we need the painting tray, which apparently I don't have with me. Why I don't have it with me, I don't know. I could have sworn I had it here. Interesting. Alright, well, I guess we'll use this. So we're going to want clean water. And a decent sized brush. And then a little bit of this paint. Alright, so again, we're going to get the brush wet. And then load it with the paint. Alright, here we go. Oh boy, I hope it dries darker than this. We're just very lightly holding the brush and just kind of pulling, letting it catch all the different surfaces. That's better, a little more light. Again, we're just pulling in all different directions, all different angles. Trying to get all of these little crevices and deformations that we made. Hopefully as it comes together you can see why we did a black base, to help create shadow. Again, we're just pulling it lightly. Pull this way, go this way. paint again. So I'm just loading the brush, dipping it on the paper towel till it thins out, and then pulling lightly. I want pretty decent coverage because I want the rock to be blue, not black. I want to make sure anywhere I can. Getting in those crevices. Hopefully you can see it by painting different ways. We're getting different grains, catching different little textures. And as you can see, my hands are getting a little bit black because it's not quite dry. I'm very impatient. It's dry enough to start this next stage. There we go. Pretty good. All right, should have wore a glove. Next we'll go into a little lighter blue, cold gray it actually says, but we're going to do the same thing, only this time we're going to push even lighter. So I'm going to clean that dark out of my brush a bit. Not crazy amounts, because if they blend, that only helps. And we're going to pull this paint. So I'm just kind of loading up half my brush, and then I just dab the excess. Alright, and then we're going to come back in and try and hit high spots. Just pulling very, very gently in one direction. Trying to just get those little higher spots. I don't know if you can see that. I'm barely even holding it. Just pulling very lightly. Very lightly. Get a little more color. just going to very, very lightly, barely holding the brush. Okay. Okay, now I want to take a little bit of this black. Definitely got to get a smaller bottle. Making a mess. Clean that up a bit. Clean me up a bit. All right. I think we should do the same thing. I think we should base him out in black and build our colors on top. So while that dries a bit so we can do the next color, I'm going to throw a first coat on this. Hopefully this will make all the colors we paint on top a little bit darker. So again, nothing fancy, nothing crazy, we're just trying to get it all on. I mean, we don't want it streaky, but we can fix that after. This is mostly about getting the color on. As you can see, I'm just gonna spread a coat of this matte black all over him, and when I get that completed, I'll come right back to you. Alright, well there we go. Seems to be coated pretty good. Again, we're just using this as kind of like a primer or a base coat for the rest of our octopus. Look at my hands. What? I have gloves. I do. Lots of them. Okay, so this should now be dry enough. Just cleaning up my brush a bit here. I'll take a bit of this cold gray again. Just make sure we get a little bit more of those highlights. Right on those very tips, because we're going to come back with the white next and hit those tips and really make them pop. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the titanium white. Go straight into it. Alright, same thing, we're just going to go very tips, but we're not going to put it everywhere. Just along where the rock edge is. Just a little punch here and there. There you go. So there's our coral base. So I think what we need to do now is clean up our work surface a little bit, clean up our paints, and then we should start decorating this a bit. So just give me a couple seconds here and I will clean up my work surface and be right back. Okay, we got that cleared up a little bit. So now I have this bag of plastic trees, but in the bottom is all the things that fall out. So I'm hoping that I can gather some of that and make little coral flowers. So let's see if I can get some colors. Or maybe that'll help. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this. I have that. I also have floral moss that I thought we could put in some of the crevices. And then I was also thinking that maybe if we cut the tips off of some of these, we might be able to use them too. So let's go with this to start. Let's take this piece. Let's put that right here. Why not? Right in the dip. Come on. Take a piece from here. Take another one. Put it over in this corner. Some reds in there. Let's see if we can maybe right in there. Let's go in there, and then let's see if we can take some of this stuff. I'd like to get some of the other color. That pushed into the glue. A little bit of yellow here I like. A bit of yellow. Get in there. No, you want to stay on my tweezers instead? Awesome. Okay. Let's move that out of the way. Yeah, I think that's adding some life to it. Let's go. Let's go in this little area. Take some more of this stuff. Dump it where we want it. Okay. It's already starting to come together. A little naked at the back though. Let's see if we can maybe right in this crease where it's dark. Just spread it around a bit. Stick some more of this stuff. Just shake off any of the loose stuff. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's starting to come alive. So, thinking about kind of like this too. One of these branches. Let's take this guy. What? How would that go right in there? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Push that into the glue good for a second here. Alright, last but not least, what should we do? Any kind of funky shapes. Not really. Let's put these back in the bag before they go flying. Okay, and again, we still have all these parts. All this little dust. It seems to be a little bit naked here. Let's put a little bit of coral growing underneath. So I'm just covering the whole area I put glue on with this stuff. And then I'm just going to tap it all down. And the parts that stick in the glue are the parts that stay. Obviously. Alright. Just give me a second here to tidy up the tools. Put it away. Put those away for now. that away. Move the paints. So what we want to do is just take this razor blade, just very lightly move everything. And I'm going to try and put it back in the bag. Okay, and then I'm going to close up this bag before anything bad happens. Get that out of the way. Alright. Now I think I want to put a little bit of sand. Just down this crevice right here. A little bit of sand in this area. Okay. Clean off the tip. Lid on. Add this. I'm just going to sprinkle a bit on here. Okay, so now I'm just going to take that toothpick, clean off the glue, and I'm just going to smear these rocks into this glue. Spread out a bit here. Okay. So I wouldn't mind just a little bit. So we can get any set up here. Okay. I'm gonna take a few of these rocks. And let's stick one right here. And maybe one over here. And sure, why not right here? Put the glue. Lid on. Alright. Maybe a couple of darker rocks with them. The glue. Alright, I'm happy with that. Just give me a second here to put all my materials away. Now I have, so I just take some Mod Podge and I mix it with water about 50-50, making like a watery glue. And what that does is I can put this on top and it'll kind of seal everything and keep it in place. So it's just a little splat, not even a splash, a drip. That's all it takes. And that should be good. Flip that down. Lid back on. Okay, well, let's see what we got going on here now that we can tidy up our work area a bit. So our octopus is almost done priming. Still a little tacky to add any color yet, so we're gonna hold off on that for now. And what I'm gonna do is just clean up my work surface and get my desk ready. And once this is dry enough that we can start painting the next steps, I will start the video again and we'll go from there. But so far, hopefully you can see the idea. Making a little bit of progress. And if not, then I'm probably not doing a very good job. But this is what we got so far. Now let's just give everything a chance to dry. And probably tomorrow we'll come back and add the color to the octopus, give him some final details, attach him to the base, put some felt on the bottom of the base, and then we should be done with the project. So I'll see you then. Hopefully everything goes well. Have a great day.